to, the people who want to see me just sort of like hiding away from the zebra light, then that's fine. You look normal. Anyway, hey, this is a Paz and
Hundo in the house, live from the Montalvo home studio.
in the 305. No, well, what is your 405?
405, live from 405.
Sorry, your classroom. Sorry. Anyway, I'm a dork. Anyway, yeah, we haven't talked for a while. So yeah, we're getting ready for our last two big races of the year. I don't know about you, but I'm like mortified.
Well,
how are you guys feeling, you and Kathy?
Yeah, the nerves are definitely kicking in. We get those pre-race jitters, and we call them ghost pains, right? Like everything, this is starting to hurt.
Ooh, my hip, yeah.
My knee, my foot, my shoulder, my nose, everything's starting to ache and feel weird, and the doubts are creeping in, right? But that's usual.
So what do you guys think because what was your longest training run for Brazos? Because we are all doing Brazos Bend 50 on Saturday in preparation for the Snowdrop on New Year's weekend. Yeah. So what's been your longest run?
So my longest run was the Trivium, Tejas Trails Trivium Marathon.
You masochist.
Oh my gosh. I knew it was going to be hilly, but I didn't know it was going to be like that hilly. Yeah. It was.
Why do you think I volunteer instead of run that one?
Yeah, that was definitely a very good training run. I didn't knock it out of the park or anything. But you kind of slow, but I did manage to finish all. I wanted to quit 3 or 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, I was
That's
done.
surprising. You're not like that.
Yeah, I was just not
feeling it,
not tough. And then I kept telling myself, look, dude, it's only a training run. You can back off. It's no big deal. Total last minute decision to do it. Joel Olivares, who's one of our friends.
Oh yeah,
he's like, I'm doing the half. Come on up and run. I'm like, uncle.
Joelito.
And then I go to sign up, and like the half marathon is this price, and then the full is like $10 more. I'm like, well, then I'll just sign up for the full, and whatever mileage I get, right?
Yeah,
it's like $10 more, bruh. So I chalk it up, sign it up, get out there, and it's the first drop. I'm like, oh man, I got to come back up this thing at the end. It was. I wanted to quit every time I come back to that hub, but I said, you know what? If I go home without a buckle, Kathy's gonna kill me. So better die out here than
buckle for that. Home. Did you?
Metal.
Okay, I was like, metal, wait a minute.
Buckle, metal. Sorry, ultra runners. Metal, not buckle.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, so
Kathy will kill you. So yeah.
That last out and back was, and it was hot. No shade.
Oh, yeah,
the sun was out. It was warm. It was just warm. And
I forget what I was doing that day, but yeah, I think that might have been the weekend I was doing Mission Tejas or something where I got attacked by a bunch of yellow jackets.
So I think I was 6 hours and some on a marathon.
That's not bad.
I pretty much walked the last 4 miles. I think I was done. I'm like, you're out here, just finish it.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
You're out at that first point. Is almost 4 miles out to that point, like 3.8. So you got to go back. You can't cut the course anywhere to get back to the start, because you got to hit that 8 miles back.
Yeah,
I walked it back.
That's all right. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing.
A lot of time on my feet. Got my gear figured out. My meal and water stuff figured out.
Yeah. So what are you thinking about food wise for Saturday?
So, I'm typically gonna do what we do normally. So I'll drink course, a lot of water. They'll have Gatorades there.
Mhm.
They
Are
don't
you
do
sure about that?
yeah, they don't do tailwind at the
Brazos.
trot races.
Okay, I
They
can't
use
remember.
base.
It
They
used
use
to be
base
heated.
base stuff, not heat anymore. It's
Yeah.
base
Yeah.
product.
Okay. Ugh.
But I mean, we normally, even in our runs here at home, we run with our own salt stick capsules. So that's what I'll have. I'll keep them
Right.
in my pack and use that.
Mhm.
Water and a little Coke here and there. And I'm really getting into the Pringles, the little Pringles for munchies, because of the salt.
Oh, that's
Salt
the
and
best.
starch.
Yeah, it's like magic. Yeah. Pickles.
The pickle juice for
You know,
sure,
when
because
even when I am volunteering, this is the most hilarious thing. I will sit there, I'll be chopping up pickles and I'll be just like eating them, because it's, and I know I grossed out Nimier, who I think is from uh, one of the countries in Africa originally. Yeah, because I was like, he was like, "Oh God, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh no, this is great. I love just eating pickles." Anyway, sorry.
yeah, no, so pretty
Do they
much
have a food? Do they have a food truck at Brazos? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
yeah, he'll have one out there.
Oh, thank God.
There's
Okay,
somebody out there, I think.
because I'm
Uh,
bringing a thermos with some hot soup in there. I just bought like a one of those big thermos.
I
Well,
don't recommend you do that,
really?
actually. If you're gonna be out there late, they'll be cooking up some ramen
No,
and
I
stuff
know they
out there.
will. Yeah, but I'm thinking about that. The going into the second loop. I'm probably going to need it. No.
And I'll tell you why, because I tried that at Cactus Rose. I don't know if you remember, like
Mm,
my second time. David Zuniga bought some soup in town, took it out to an aid station out there, and by the time I got to that aid station, that soup was already cold, even in a thermos.
really?
And it did not
I guess I'll be sending that back from Amazon.
bode well to try and drink that cold soup, because I don't like cold soup.
Oh
It
no.
was gross, and I was dry heaving.
Oh
Yeah, I would just, whatever hot stuff they have there, use that.
no, no, I know those quesadillas are just like magic. Even the bean or cheese
Ramen
ones,
or potatoes or whatever they make is plenty good.
all that magical
You're
stuff.
just looking
Yeah,
for something warm. That's all you're
I
looking
know.
for, really.
It's because I think one of my problems on my training runs has just been not eating enough. And so like yesterday we did 12. Um, but I had like a half of a turkey and provolone sandwich with some mustard on it, and it was really good. It really kind of helped. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just because I know that that's going to be one of my problems. Going into this is just not eating enough, because I know when I run, I don't want to eat. And again, I'm going to be really honest. I'm doing run walk the whole thing. I've got my intervals figured out. I'm hoping that it works, but
So if it doesn't work, you just keep going.
well,
Don't get yourself into a basket case scenario where I'm off on my time. Nah,
oh,
you
I'm
just
not
keep
even
going.
worrying about my time. I mean, I have already, okay, so a friend of mine did the 50 miler last year and it almost took her 18 hours. Okay. And so the 250 milers that I have done have basically ended in 14 and a half hours, 14:40. If I can get done in 16 to 18, I'm going to be a pretty happy camper. So,
Which 50 milers did you do, if you don't mind me asking? Which
oh,
one
I
were you?
did. Well, I did Brazos and I did Wild
Oh,
Hair. Wild Hair
oh,
was
okay.
my
So
first.
you've
Yeah.
done Brazos before at 50.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I hooked up with a woman, and I hooked up, but but I met up with a woman who was doing these 30-30 intervals, which about killed me. I was like, okay, that's way too much. I mean, the first, like for the second loop, it wasn't so bad, but by the third loop, I was like running out of gas. And so I've been doing these like 1-4 intervals, like you run for a mile or a minute and then you're off for 4 and keep going from that. And that's something I'm thinking about for Snowdrop as well. And I've been running these intervals for about 6 months, not the 1-4, but like on my short runs, it's 1-1. And, because again, I know that my, hip flexors and whatnot need to get accustomed to that, stress or whatever, because you're going to be walking a lot, I don't know. What is your advice or your
I
thoughts?
I on these races, I try not to get into that. Like I said, don't get locked into a 1 minute on, 4 minute off. And then you start going, okay, well, now I'm 3/4 of a minute on and 5 minutes off. And then you start doubting yourself. I don't even go there.
Okay.
Run when you feel like running, walk when you feel like walking. The
Okay.
trick for you and for me, what I've learned to do is to get back into the jogging mode. You start walking and walking, and you feel like I don't want to run anymore. You need to just turn on the light and just
Yeah, because it
start
actually
jogging.
feels okay to run for like about a minute or something like that. Yeah. And it's not going
But
to kill
I
you.
think that's like not enough jogging, in my opinion.
Okay.
To
Well,
do a
maybe.
1-4, that's yeah, that's not enough.
Well, I remember Patty telling me that she had a friend that did a 1-8 for Snowdrop. Oh God.
Yeah, you'll be out there all 55 hours.
I
You don't
know.
want to be out there all 55 hours.
Sure as hell don't. Burner. Burner.
Ugh, yuck, 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 yuck.
Hazel loves zoo.
Hi,
Those
Hazel.
of you who are not watching, I've got my cat Hazel, and he just crawled into the frame, and Orly secretly loves him. Hey, how's Piglet, by the way? Sorry.
He's good. He's a big pain, but he's good. He's lovable as always. He'll sleep right here on my chest in the morning. He'll wake up and park himself right here and start purring away.
Oh,
He's my boy.
oh,
He's
good.
my boy.
So happy to hear
He
that.
climbed inside the Christmas tree yesterday.
Yeah, wait till he knocks it over. I had one that did
Oh,
that. Oh my, this is why I never have a tree, because yeah, it's like forget it.
yeah.
Anyway,
So the whole run walk thing, right? Like I have done Brazos Bend so many times already. I kind of already know.
I paced you for 100. Yeah. So,
I kind of know by feel already at what point in the loop I'm going to be feeling like walking and what point I need to be jogging.
mhm.
So that's what I'm just going to go by feel.
Okay.
I'm
That
just going
makes
to go by feel and let the chips fall where they fall. I mean, the 3 times I've done the 50 there, I've gotten slower and slower and slower each time. But
welcome
that's
to my
fine.
world.
Again, my whole concept in my head is training for Snowdrop.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get time on my feet, get mileage done, get time on my feet, see how my body feels after, 38, 39 miles. How's it going? Is my knee hurting? Because, I'm still fighting that whole knee issue, but I'm just going to go by feel.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit last year and Sergeant over here, you're not going to stop. You're going out there. So
how's her I think she had like a anterior tibia thing going on for a while.
oh no, she's good, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Yay, Kathy.
Yeah, she's
Dave.
gonna do fine. She'll
Um,
probably finish real fast. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I basically walked almost the whole third loop really last year, but I was like,
Okay.
I was in pain. My knee was hurting and stuff.
Yeah, my hip
Um,
is, my hip flexor. Yeah, so I've got, okay. Do you take any pain relievers during your race?
I normally do not. The one time I did take Tylenol was Wild Hair 50 miler.
Really? Well, it's 'cause
Yeah.
all those
Like,
dopey
yeah,
lubes.
but your yeah, so
Yeah,
everything's like, "Rawr,"
I know.
So I did take Tylenol around the third loop, I think, somewhere
Yeah,
around there, about midway point.
that makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
it took a little tiny bit of edge off, not much. So I really don't think it's actually doing anything, and better just to just stretch when I need to stretch, pause, and do some leg
I've got
swing.
my Theragun.
Yeah, we'll have ours out there at the start
Yeah,
line.
I've got that, and I've got Icy Hot, because I figure, if stuff starts to really hurt, I will do that. I might do a couple of Aleve. We'll see.
For my knee, I've been using Voltaren.
What's that?
That's kind of like the gel version of Advil that you can
Okay.
rub on, so it
Uh-huh.
doesn't stink, but it works. It's a topical analgesic, so
Ooh, that's good. Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
putting out Advil on your knee.
Right. Well,
Voltaren.
that's fine. I like Icy Hot. Yeah,
You can
because
get it at Walmart, and it doesn't smell, so there's no odor.
that's better than Icy Hot. That
Yeah.
Yeah, because icy hot. Well, I mean, it doesn't smell bad, but it's still kind of like, ooh, it's menthol.
Yeah, no, yeah, that I've been using the Voltaren just on my knee.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it helps a little bit. Like, I mean, it's not like, oh, the pain's gone,
Right.
but
But
it's
it
enough to keep
eases
me
it.
going, and I'm not thinking about my knee. I'm just
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. The one funny thing, because I've gotten this Chorus. Oh shoot, it's charging right now. Sorry. Chorus.
Boom.
um, is they were telling me my VO max is like at 28, which is pretty horrible.
Yeah, but
I'm old.
we're not running like, for example, a 10 miler at 8 pace. So we're not doing any
Never.
speed work. So that VO2 is not going to go up because we're not pushing ourselves.
Yeah.
It's going to
Okay. Well,
stay
that
low.
makes me feel better because, yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, oh my God. It was like kind of in the poor category. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what's
Until
wrong with
until you pick up your speed and start increasing that aerobic capacity, it's going to stay low.
Well, that's my goal. Thank God willing, I finish these next two things, which I will. I'm gonna work on speed. Yeah, and do more speed and hill work and just work on shorter distances because I'm getting tired of this, and I mean I'm not sure how much faster I'm gonna get at this age, but I'm going to try because honestly, I've not been doing much, in terms of speed work or, hill work or anything like that. It's like I've basically been doing the same old stuff,
Yeah.
for
So your
years.
VO2 is not going to increase.
No, and
We keep doing the same thing. We get the same result.
yeah,
Running slow,
exactly.
walking is not going to improve that VO2. So I wouldn't even think about that.
Oh, not until after I get done.
Yeah, until you're
I
starting to look at
recover.
5Ks, 10Ks, things like
Right.
that,
Yeah.
where you want
I
to
mean,
actually race.
right. And I mean, yeah, and it's going to take me a couple of months after I get through all this crap that I'll start thinking about it, but we'll see. But again, I think my goal after, God willing, I get through all of this. Um, I'm not doing anything over a 25K. I'm just like, stick a fork in it, man. I've been kicking this freaking 100-miler down the road, this can down the road for years. And I'm just like, this is dumb.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, next time you really want to do one, it just has to be an all-in type thing. Has to be all in.
Yeah, I mean,
For that
well,
first one, once you get that first one done, then for some reason it's a little easier
is it
to
okay?
do another one because you already know what
What
is
to expect?
required, how you
Yeah.
felt, the little mental things that you overcame during the race. Look, I felt like this at about mile 60 some, and I just managed to do XYZ to get through it. And then all those little tips and tricks that you're gaining as you're running the 100-miler, they stay with you. So you kind of get like this very high confidence level that you can do another one because
Mhm.
you've already gone through it one time, you were successful, and then it's easier.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
Well, I hope
At
so.
least, at least mentally, you're stronger.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
able to
I mean,
overcome more because
that's why you're Hundo. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
well, because at certain points in the race, you're gonna feel like this, and you just know you have to give yourself
yeah,
15
I'm
minutes
just
and
gonna have
get
to
through it.
yeah, I'm gonna have to lean on you guys a lot. I mean, I've talked to Yvonne. Yvonne is doing Snowdrop.
Cool.
She was gonna do Brazos, but it was sold out, and so she's doing the same weekend. She's doing a 24-hour race up where she lives, and she actually did the virtual Wild Hair last weekend. I forget how long it took her, but it took her a while, but she did it. I was just like, dude, that's amazing. Um, she's been kind of like me, where we've had this thing where we kind of fall off the wagon, with our training and like, ooh, I get stung by a bunch of yellow jackets, or my brain falls apart or
Yeah.
whatever. And so I'm just like, and again, I've been training with my friend Sarah. We're gonna be doing Brazos together, and we had to really like push each other through this 12 miler. Well, we did a 20 miler 2 weeks ago, you know, but my hip was like on, I mean, it was like throbbing yesterday. I was really in.
What did you do? A road or a trail?
It was well, it's that little park near where I live, so it's very much like Snowdrop. So this is why I like going there, because it's got concrete and crushed gravel.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so you're just, and it's a 1 mile loop. And so, we did that 12 times, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I was just feeling like super sore and I was just like achy.
It's just the pre-race stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm ready for this thing. I mean, I am definitely not as ready for this as I have been in the past. I realize there's going to be a lot of gutting it out, but I also feel like, okay, I've got a lot of friends that are going to be there and they're going to kick my ass if I do not finish this thing. I mean, unless there's like a bone sticking out or something, I don't care how long it takes. I am just going to have to like accept that and not let my ego get in the way. I think that was part of my problem last weekend at Wildhair.
Last year at that Snowdrop, it was so warm. I mean, we literally
Holy
stopped for like 3 hours, right, babe?
Oh, that was
Around
awful.
3
Well,
hours.
Brazos was hot last year.
We took a nap. I
Yeah.
said, I'm done. If I don't stop and rest, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
So we just sat down in our chairs during Snowdrop. We waited for the sun to get almost to sundown, right close to sundown, where you could feel the temperatures change. And then we just got up and we did our thing. So
Right.
Snowdrop is, you go by your feel. If I need to stop, I'm gonna stop.
Right.
I got plenty of time. The main thing is just, can you have your body in a state to keep going?
Right.
With me, what was it? Two Snowdrops ago, when I had a real bad blister on my left foot and I just wanted to stop. I, went in, saw Becky, got taped up, got taken care of, and I just kept hobbling along and just kept going.
Right.
Just keep going.
I think that's the thing that's persuaded me that I can do this, because I've, done the relay, for like the last 3 years after.
You've been out there at all times of day and night.
Yeah. And so I see people, and I mean, even seeing people like Horacio and Carlos and whatnot, and it took them a while, and so I'm just like, okay.
You just can't, you just
can't let your ego get in the way. Yeah. I think that was the problem. My first time I tried Snowdrop was, why am I not at 50 miles? Holy crap. What's going on?
You can't do any of those things.
Yeah.
Because I know you, and you will let any little negative little thing derail your whole thing. You cannot have any of those little doubtful Donnas into your head.
Nope.
You just keep trucking. If you're gonna walk. You need to stop.
There's gonna be a lot of walking.
You want to eat. Don't let yourself stop yourself.
Right.
You're your own worst enemy.
You really are exactly right.
So, and you already know you're gonna have those moments that you're gonna want to just stop. Why am I here? Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Hey,
but I'm gonna do it. I mean, I have
just keep walking. Keep walking. It'll go away.
Take a break, or
in 10 minutes, that negative thought will leave, and then you're back out there doing your thing.
And it's funny.
You got chewies to eat at night. You got all those things coming your way.
I know. There's so many great foods coming. I know. You're never going to lose weight at this race. So it's.
You got coffee. You got bacon. You got everything there. Donuts. It's all there. So there's no, like you said yourself, unless your leg is broken, you keep, or if it breaks, you just drag it.
I just remember Ben telling me that
just
when I
drag that leg behind you. Keep going.
When I paced you on Rocky that first time, he was like, unless there's a bone sticking out, you don't stop. And I'm like,
don't stop.
Don't stop. So I mean, I just have to keep that in mind. And actually, I've thought about like riding with a Sharpie, no quitting, or do not quit, or something, or don't quit on each hand for Saturday, because with a Sharpie, so that way it doesn't come off. And
just remember, there's no pressure on you Saturday. You just go and just do it.
I think that's the thing. I just have to get around that idea that dude, you're going to be slow. It's going to take forever. And who cares? No one cares. The fact that you
Nobody
finished,
cares, Donna.
I
Nobody
know.
cares.
And I don't know why, because I'm hearing those voices, the people I'm talking about from the past, who were mocking me or, giving me all kinds of crap because I, didn't finish or I was slow or whatever. And
Nobody
those people
cares.
don't matter, and so I just have to say, to
Yeah,
you.
just do it. Just do it. We're gonna be out there. It's gonna take me a while. I'm gonna finish in the dark too. I don't see myself finishing before sunset.
Yeah,
The sun is
I'll be out
setting.
there long after you. I just got to figure out where that world we can eat afterward because
Yeah, we typically do not eat after.
I
We
know I
we go to
remember
the
we
shower. We go to the hotel shower and we're
crashed
down.
and then pig out at IHOP the next day or whatever. Yeah,
Blasphemy, not IHOP, Waffle House.
Waffle House. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, we should also meet up for dinner on Friday night. So what
Well,
do you guys?
we're gonna have to meet up early because we want to get to sleep early because you got to get up early to get out there and find a good parking spot.
Same here. Same here. No, I'm down. So yeah, we'll coordinate that. But yeah, I mean, I think that'll be fun just to, coordinate that. And you know, I want my friend, Sarah to meet you guys and, feel uplifted by the,
What about the gals that ran last time?
they are, well, it's funny because they were gonna crew me, but then I didn't really hear anything from them. And I was sort of like, okay,
Are they
well, maybe you guys,
going?
yeah, maybe you guys don't really want to hang out, because I don't know. I just started having this, self-esteem thing where I'm like, you guys probably don't want to be waiting for me all day and night, stupid. Anyway, so I called them off. And so that was kind of dumb. But I do have a few other friends from San Antonio who are going to be running this thing, and they have people that are crewing them. And I don't know. I just feel like, we'll be able to, somehow rely on each other and,
There's always a lot of people out there. So,
yeah.
you see people coming out, going back. Just to take it all in, enjoy the park. I mean, that's why we go out there, right? It's like a
Right.
beautiful
And
park.
I don't think the weather is going to be especially, hot or cold. So thank God for that.
It looks like it's gonna be a misty, cloudy day.
It's just fine. I
Probably
mean,
gonna be a little bit of mud from by I think Tuesday, Wednesday is supposed to rain out there.
yeah, well,
So it'll
it's
probably
been
be a little
raining.
muddy, a little tacky, some puddles here and
Been
there.
through that. Yeah. So
No
yeah.
biggie. The good thing it'll be cloudy, so we don't have to deal with the
Right.
sun.
And it's not going to be, I mean, the last time I did the 50, it was pretty cold. I remember I had to put like hand warmers in my shoes or in my
Yeah.
socks.
No, it's not gonna be ice cold out there at all.
No. So and it's not going to be like last year where it was like 80, or 85 or whatever it was.
Oh man,
That
I tell
sucked.
you,
I mean, I only
la-
did the marathon only.
last year we had Brazos ride. It was, warm and muggy and the worst kind of running. That's why I do horribly in that type of my knee was bothering me. Everything was bothering me, right? And then Snowdrop was the same. It was more of the same, except the sun came out more.
Yeah.
And it was we really struggled. But like I said, once you get through that 50 miler, you finish, your confidence goes up. Even if you get 40 miles in, you got 40 miles in, you're almost halfway home on 100.
Mm-hmm.
So your confidence goes up. Hey, I ate this, I drank this, this didn't work. You start getting all those things in your head and start looking at, okay, I know at this point I'm gonna feel like this. Like, I'm already looking at my numbers for Brazos, right? One race at a time, Orly. So, the first 8 stations at 4 miles in. So I don't need to drink anything at the start line. I should already have, 16
Should have been
ounces of
hydrated.
water already in me. So I just go. And then when I hit the first 8 stations, then I start drinking.
Right. Are you wearing a vest or are you doing a hand?
I wear a vest because I'm going to keep that extra headlamp in the back. And I'll have my phone and
right. I'm gonna need my podcasts or
but
something.
I'll just have my bottles. I won't use the big bladder. I'll just use
Oh God, no.
bottles. Okay.
That's too heavy.
Plus, it's hard to tell what you're drinking, right?
Yeah.
Or how much.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. But it just gets heavy for me. And I just actually I've got, a bladder sitting in my refrigerator full from a potential training run that I never did. And so someday I'll use it.
Yeah. So, and we already know, 4 miles, then 9 to windmill, and then that nice 2.7 L that goes out feels like 8.7, but it's only
Oh, God, I know. I
only
hate that
under
thing.
3 miles out, right?
Isn't that where
And
the
then,
restrooms are?
yeah, where that
Yeah,
cabin in the
yeah.
woods restroom is way out there when you go out to that Far Point sawmill and
Oh,
then
yeah. Well,
back.
they check you
So
in.
it's basically, a 6 mile out and back. It's what it is. And you just have to think in
Soul
your head,
crushing, but it's, yeah, you got to do it. Yeah.
you just know in your head, hey, it's 3 miles out, 3 miles back. And here at the house, we have a 3 mile loop. So I kind of in my head, oh, I'm around this house right now on this, I'm around here. I'm making the turn on Conway right here, blah, blah, blah. In my head, that's when I think about when I go out there on that out and back, right?
Mhm.
So that helps me pass the time a little bit better.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So that's good to know.
And then
to
you're only 2 miles to the start line from
start
there.
finish. Yeah. So, and then you can go back
And that
and
2 miles goes by real quick. It
yeah.
goes by real quick.
Yeah, that
And
part does. That part does. It's just that other thing.
yeah. But to me, that little part where we cross the bridge and go back into the forest and we loop around that lake and then come back, that to me is also a real quick little thing that we do out there and come back.
Yeah.
So, the course has its little sections. And that's how I take that loop. I just take it section
Right.
at a time.
Yeah. And I mean, I've been through this, through the 50 miler at least once. And then of course I paced you, like 2 loops, like 34
loops.
miles. Yeah. Yeah. That one time. And then I paced Sarisa 1 loop. So, I mean,
You know it.
yeah, I mean,
know
it's
it.
my first rodeo, so I mean, I know what to expect. I know it's soul crushing, but the thing is that the aid stations are really amazing, and they've got great food.
They're stocked to the max. I mean,
Especially in the evening. Yeah, I mean, that's when you need it.
Tri volunteers are awesome.
They are.
You
I'm
know,
not gonna, not say anything lovely about my buddies at Tejas, but yes, I mean, this
Tejas is
particular
good
race.
too. I mean, they're both companies, they do very well. The
Yeah,
volunteers are
but this
amazing.
particular race, they really,
Oh yeah.
they rise
This
to the
is this is
occasion and they get it.
a plush race. I mean, you got everything you could want. You
Exactly.
got all the help
And
you
you see
have.
people out there dragging tires, you see people out there with hand cycles and stuff. And so, I mean, it kind of uplifts you. You're sort of like, okay, stop whining about, meh. So,
Yeah, and like you see a bunch of people through the course. It's aside from that out and back, I mean, you see a lot of people.
oh yeah, yeah. And so, I
It's
mean,
pretty cool.
and I know a
And
number of people that are going to be out there. And so, yeah, so I mean, I just have to get my mind right. And, again, that is probably the biggest problem. I mean, next to training, but I think that's probably the hardest thing for me is getting out of my head, and so I'm just going to have to, work, continuously work on that through this. And I think Snowdrop will be less awful in
you've
some
been
way.
there already. You know what to
Yeah.
expect.
Yeah. So, I
You
mean,
got everything you could want there.
yeah.
You got
And,
everything.
and you got all the
Everything.
time. Yeah. And so I'm just kind of like, I think I'll be okay. I'm just a little bit more concerned about, Brazos, but nonetheless, it's like, dude, you've been here before, you've done it, you can do this. So just stop.
Stop saying, oh, it's gonna take me X number of hours. I'm
I'm not even
gonna
gonna think about that. Yeah. Thank you.
got,
Yeah.
I got no rush back to civilization, nothing.
Right. And I mean, I've got a hotel, where I'm going to stay Saturday night and sleep as long as I can on Sunday and then drive back 3 hours. I mean, we're not even driving the valley.
Yeah.
How long does it take you guys? 6?
It's a little over 6 hours.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. So I just, yeah.
Yeah,
I just remember that one time pacing you. I think when I did the 34 and then, Normita bailed on you because her daughter was handing out birthday party invitations and she's like, oh my God, my child is having a birthday party and I've got to get home to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I was like falling asleep at the wheel of Kathy's vehicle and I'm like, and then we picked up Hannah and your daughter and I was like, really? Can we let Hannah drive? And of course, Hannah's like, 18 at the time. And she's like, Yes, that would be
Yeah.
great. And I'm just like, oh, thank God, because I was scared. I was like so worried I was gonna like, fall asleep at the wheel and destroy Kathy's vehicle and kill all of us,
No,
and there was no B, but
we're doing a lot better with those drives back. We're getting used to it.
good, good. Yeah. Well,
I mean, I drove back from Cactus, by myself, no passenger. So it was okay.
that's about a 5-hour drive though. So that's not I think Cactus, or Bandera, is probably the closest to the valley in terms of driving. It's like about 5 hours. Cause geez, Louise, you go up to, Colorado Bend or something, and that's almost like 7 hours, or,
It's a long drive.
Camp Eagle. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a long way to Wally World. So yeah,
long way. But now we're doing good. It's only going to be Kathy and I for Snowdrop.
Oh yeah. Oh, so the
Zada's-
kids aren't coming.
Yeah, no, they're staying behind. Zada's got to work, and Daniel's got school stuff to do.
Where's she working?
Well, she's doing her internship here at the
Vet.
vet hospital. here in
Right. I knew that. Yes.
So she's looking forward to getting those
So is
hours.
anybody going to come with you for Brazos or no?
Nah, it's just Kathy and I again. So
Okay, well, good. Well, we'll be looking for you guys. So, and I think my friends are going to set up a canopy or something like that. And so I'll try to get in touch with you about, where that's going to be
Okay.
and all that. So, again, my San Antonio friends, yeah, because I got a
Nice.
friend that's doing the 100-miler, because she is signed up to do the Cocodona. Is it Cocodona? I forget. 250 in May. She's insane. Yeah. And then she's going to do a virtual Snowdrop 100. I'm just like, okay, Anne, you're crazy.
Nice.
But yeah, I've got some pretty cool friends up here, and yeah,
We have Joel is also doing the 100 there at
that's
Brazos.
right. I knew that. Yeah, I
There.
saw that. Yeah, he's going to do great. Yeah. So
And it's always fun to see him out there.
well,
He inspires me too. So
him and his quads.
those damn legs of his. Quadzilla.
Quadzilla. He is Quadzilla. Yes, he really is. And yeah, it's nice having him and Jessica and Bella up here, in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
they'll be there too. They'll be there crewing, and
Nice.
so we'll see the whole family there. That'd be nice.
Neat. Well, good. We'll have to get in touch with him too and see if we can coordinate, just where we can all be, together. Because
Yeah.
I think that'll be uplifting too. Again, I think a lot of it is just sort of feeling supported, because it's like, when I was doing Wild Hair last weekend, I chose to do Friday because I thought, well, I don't want to be stepping off the trail every 5 minutes because everyone's passing me. But then it was sort of like Cactus Rose a few years ago when I did that one by myself, when you and Cerisa and whoever else did your 100, and I was doing my 25, and I missed you guys at the start. And so I was completely by myself the whole time. And so it was just like, okay, this really sucks. I don't like being out here. I'm not having fun, and then of course my brain starts, doing its
There
thing.
goes those doubtful Donnas in your head.
No, and so I get to the, I don't know, maybe the 11-mile, aid station or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to stop. And Brad, my friend who was working at the AIDS, he and his wife Pamela were at the aid station, and he's like, well, do you need a ride back? Or he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. It's just my brain is broken, I almost felt embarrassed to take a truck ride back to the start finish. I was like, oh, you idiot, But so I'm working on it. I
When
swear.
in doubt, just walk. Just
Exactly.
walk. Keep
Or
going.
as Jesse said, just
Keep
eat.
eating.
Just eat.
Eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Eat,
eat.
drink,
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah, it's one foot in front of the other. I'm gonna have to write something on my hands because, because otherwise I'm just, because I need to embarrass myself, Oh my God. But
No
anyway,
doubt, no fear, just mileage. That's it. Just mileage.
is it? I know. And the beautiful thing about this is once I finish both of these, I don't have to do this crap again.
Bah, bah.
Or I
done.
don't want to do it again. Maybe I'll choose, because you know how it goes, because you're like, well,
No, you'll find another different one to do.
It's like I didn't die, so maybe I'll do something else. I felt like
Do
that after
something
my
else.
first half. I was like, oh my God, I'll never do this again. And about a week later, I was like, well, I didn't die, so let's do this. And now look at me, what an idiot.
I
But
just take it aid station by aid station, section by
exactly,
section.
it's
Before
about
you
all
know
you
it,
can do.
you're on the last loop.
Yes, exactly.
And
And
what are
so,
you gonna do? You're gonna quit on the last loop? I don't think
hell
so.
no.
I don't think so. You just keep walking.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to walk that whole last loop, I don't give a
What are you gonna do a Snowdrop, Donna? You're gonna be
crap.
walking. You're
I
gonna be
know.
walking a
What do you
lot.
think
So
I've been practicing it?
you
Yes,
might as
I'm
well
good at
practice it
it.
at Brazos. If you're there till 2 in the morning, I don't care. You're practicing your walking for Snowdrop.
Right.
That's it.
And I've actually got a pretty fast walking pace. I can keep it around 16, 15,
And if it's not, so what?
I know exactly. I'll get it
Just
done.
trudge forward. You'll
It's
cross
not
that
like someone's going to
finish
come
line.
after me with a hook and go, whoop.
Nope. Nope. You got plenty of time.
Yeah. That's the
Plenty of
great thing
time.
about these two races is
You got
that
plenty of time for Brazos. It's not going to get crazy cold the second night. It's going to be in the 50s, 55, 56.
I
So
really don't want to go into
it's
too
not going to be
much.
30 degrees or nothing in the night. You're going to be just fine. Just keep
Yeah.
going.
Exactly. And just bring a lot of clothes and keep changing in and out of them or out of them. And because you don't want to be wet and cold, that's gross. So, I've
That's
got
it.
it. So anyway, all right. Well, Hundo, this is so much fun. This is such a hilarious sort of riffing off of whatever. But so we'll follow up after Snowdrop and see how we're doing. And anything else you wanted to add?
Just keep going. Keep going forward. That's it.
What's in
You
your
know,
drop bag? Out of curiosity. So you said not
my
to bring soup, okay?
Yeah, I'm not taking any. I don't take any bags for Brazos. I just whatever they have at the aid station. I just look at, scour it. The one thing I did do at Trivium, I was behind on calories and I didn't want to eat.
Yeah.
I was a little dehydrated, I think too, but I just forced the PBJ. I forced it, and then PBJ makes you thirsty, right? So
Yeah.
you start drinking the water, and it kind of like liquefies that PBJ, so it's not so much stickiness in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
So it starts going down. Okay, now I can chew it, I can eat it. So I ate one sandwich, took some more, then I took another piece with me, and just and I was fine. But getting over that initial, I don't want to eat. Getting over that thing and just do it, and then
That's
you're
the hard
good.
part. Yeah. I
And it
know.
was 5 minutes of agony, and that's it.
And it'll make you feel better.
Instead of 5 minutes of agony, then don't eat, and then now you're DNFing.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, I've got to keep all this in mind. So
Hurdle it.
yeah. And then I have another friend of mine who is doing the 50 out at Brazos this coming weekend, but she thinks she has pneumonia.
Oof.
She's been training her ass off, and I'm just like, oh no. But she was like, I'll just be walking, or doing intervals with you. And I'm like, yes. Ugh. Anyway, so all right. Well, I'm hoping that I have a bunch of friends to mentally Sherpa me, and we can mentally Sherpa each other, through this thing, so because I have a feeling that that's probably going to be the case. But more than anything, I just have to remember not to quit.
Don't quit.
That's it.
Walk it off.
Sounds easy, but that's true,
Just
so
keep walking. And 10 minutes later, you're like, man, I was gonna quit. And I kept going. And look, I'm finishing.
yeah.
And I
And
was
it's
gonna
it's
quit.
like those
I was
highs and
gonna
lows.
quit. I was gonna quit 3 times at Trivium. I literally was just gonna stop.
Really? Oh my
I was
God.
done. I
And
said,
you're not a
dude,
quitter. Yeah. So
dude, just go down, take another half mile, just keep going. You already know what it looks like, what it's gonna feel like. Just go. I said, what are you gonna do? You got time. Just go.
right.
And otherwise, Kathy will kill you when you get home. So just keep going.
That's a pretty good motivator.
It is.
All right. Well, I will see you guys on probably Friday. And
Friday.
Yeah, we'll meet up and try to have dinner or something and early. And anyway, thanks so much for joining me.
As
And
always, fun.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. So all right, well, I will talk to you soon. Okay.
Cool.
All righty. See
All
ya.
right.